Hi everyone, this is Jay Deshmukh. I have been a keen observer of the world of finance and investing for a few years now. This video on the value of money is one in a series of videos aimed at sharing some of my learnings. The world of finance and investing impacts each and every one of our lives and is full of opportunities. So let's get started. It all starts with the problem of excess. Let's say you're a farmer in the Indus Valley civilization and you grow wheat. You grow enough wheat for yourself, your family, and then some. But the problem is that because you spend all your time cultivating and harvesting wheat, you couldn't spend too much time fulfilling any of your other requirements, such as making good clothes or a proper shelter. Even if you decided to dedicate the time to make these on your own, it would take you a lot of effort to create the know-how for these requirements. Your family and farm also requires ongoing protection from wild animals and invaders. So the first thought that comes to your mind is there a way I can exchange this extra wheat that I've created for services that I badly need? You're in luck because there is a young boy 2 doors down who is happy to provide protection to your property if you agree to feed him. Thus was born specialization. But what if the person who can make good clothes for you doesn't want your wheat? You provide him with a token that entitles him to 4 bushels of wheat from your farm in exchange for the clothes. He can carry it with him until he finds another person that can provide him something he wants and will accept the wheat in return. Or he could convince someone else to accept the token the same way he was convinced of it. Because after all, wheat is an essential commodity that would always be demanded by the city as a whole. The token has now become a representation of the amount of effort and time that goes into producing an equivalent amount of wheat. By deciding to accept the token in exchange for the clothes, he is also setting a price on the clothes. It means that the clothes are worth 1 token to him. So now, if I possessed 1 token, I could either exchange it for a pair of clothes or 4 bushels of wheat. Note that this can be done for any other commodity as long as the creator of that commodity is willing to accept this token. The token has become a store of value because one can conclude that it is worth 10 man-days of weaving or 1 year of wheat cultivation along with the inputs for each. People felt that this token should be kind of indestructible and be something that can be easily exchanged and quantified. Gold came closest to fitting the bill. The old ages had an absolute fascination for gold. Our rulers were very quick to realize that if they controlled the flow of these tokens, they could positively reinforce services that are beneficial for their existence and negatively reinforce harmful ones. Therefore, we had every kingdom minting their own coins, which controlled the supply of these tokens, and taxing products which controlled the demand for these tokens by modifying prices of everything. Slowly, governments grew more powerful. We had adopted the gold standard where everything was essentially pegged to the value of gold. Any notes or certificates provided by the government had a reference back to gold. This was a way to safeguard the original accepted standards of exchange that had been prevalent over generations. In the 20th century, governments realized that if they dropped the dependence on gold, they could more easily control the demand and supply of money. They could manufacture more money and exchange it for all their nation-building activities. So why can't the government print more money? Indeed, they can and do print a lot of money. If you own a 100 rupee note, it is the government's opinion that you are owed what you feel is the equivalent amount of goods and services that the nation is willing to provide for that 100 rupee note. So if you put more money in the hands of the people in a quick span of time, they would feel that they are owed more services from each other. But human effort does not change that fast. So people have to lower their expectations of what 100 rupees is worth. If this goes on, the government is doomed, because at some point people will stop believing that there is any worth in the government's opinions. Enter banks. How do I make sure that I would be able to fulfill my current demand for goods and services over a period of time and be immune to bad actors in the system? Financial institutions can help in two ways. One, helping you find avenues to park your wealth so that it accumulates value. Two, helping you get credit. Credit is simply money forwarded to you that you will use and anticipate to return at a later date, along with an additional compensation for depriving the lender for those funds for that period of time. Rise in credit gives way to highs and lows. When it is easy to borrow money, people can either invest it in other companies that are accumulating wealth or exchange it for products and services that they require. Either way, one must be prepared to pay back the funds received with something extra. Imagine you have received credit. If you're lucky, the products and services that you're providing or helping provide will be demanded more because more people will choose the second option of spending their funds on your product or service. Some people will not be as lucky and will lose the battle. But slowly, everyone starts losing because if you borrow today, your future consumption of goods and services is curtailed. If no one wants to spend in the future, the value of goods and services decreases, putting less in your pocket and making it difficult for you to pay back your debt. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, please like, share and subscribe. Hope to see you soon in the next edition.